Ever had your front door kicked in at 2 in the morning by people claiming they're there to protect your peace? Yeah. Try explaining that one to your insurance company, much less to your heart, when it's thundering so loud in your chest. You think the neighbors will complain? Imagine this dead asleep heavy blanket, that deep kind of comfort you only get when Texas is finally quiet and you're off the clock. And then bam, splintering wood, the door nearly flying off its hinges, voices barking commands like you just woke up in a crime show. That was my reality right there in the humid dark. Monique Harrell, apparently the latest threat to suburban tranquility. At first, I thought I was dreaming, burglar, home invasion, whatever. My feet hit the floor before my mind even caught up, breath shallow, heart about to jump ship. I flicked on the hallway light, and there they were. 3 strangers in my home, 2 in navy polos with HOA security enforcement stitched on their chests, 1 in a police uniform badge glinting under that ugly hallway bulb. Flashlights swinging over my family photos, over every private bit of my life, landing square on the coat rack by the door where my FBI field jacket hangs neatly pressed, not for show. "What is this?" I demanded, still wrapping my robe around me, still trying to figure out if I was about to get robbed or rescued. "Who the hell are you?" One of them, all smug, held up a badge. "Security enforcement, ma'am. Homeowners Association. Noise complaint. Noise." At 2:07 a.m., I hadn't made a peep. The cop tried to smooth it over. "Ma'am, just cooperate. We'll make this quick." My hands shook, but I wasn't backing down. "You kicked in my door for a fake noise complaint. No warrant, no cause, no nothing." The taller HOA guy smirked, shining his light right in my face. "Ma'am, you signed the rules when you moved here. We have authority." "Authority to break into my house in the dead of night," I fired back. Dead silence. Then the shorter guy's flashlight drifted over to my coat rack and that jacket. The gold FBI letters caught his eye. His whole posture changed, cocky, gone in a flash. The cop's eyes narrowed, flicked between the jacket and me. "You like what you see?" I snapped, arms crossed to hide my shaking. "It's real. I spent 12 years as an FBI analyst before I ever heard of your little committee. I know the law better than you know your own birthdays." The bravado in the room dissolved like sugar in hot coffee. The officer cleared his throat. "Gentlemen, let's step outside." The 2 HOA goons slunk out, suddenly way less sure of themselves. Standing in the chaos of my own splintered doorway, I realized I'd never really felt safe in this place, not with an HOA that sends muscle through your door over nothing. But by sunrise, the real storm wasn't inside my house. It was outside, on every neighbor's phone, on every gossip thread, even before the plywood over my door was dry. My neighbors noticed that patrol car. You can bet people in a gated community aren't shy. By 8 a.m., Facebook was lighting up cops at Monique's. "She's always quiet. HOA says it was noise doesn't add up." And then came the other kind. "If she really worked for the FBI, maybe she's hiding something. Why'd the HOA have to get involved?" Ain't that something? Just as my hand started to steady, a knock at my door nearly sent my coffee flying. Howard McKinney, retired engineer, lived across the street forever. One of the few people around here who treated me like a person, not a rumor. "Heard what happened. You okay?" "As okay as you can be when the HOA kicks your door in at 2 a.m., I said. He shook his head. "Damn disgrace. Folks are already talking, some even siding with the board. You know how they are. If the HOA says it, it must be true." Then quieter. "But folks also noticed your FBI jacket. That's all over the grapevine, too. Some say it scared 'em off. Some say it makes you a threat." I almost laughed. So now my own history gets twisted against me. Figures. Right then, Karen Delaney, the board president herself, showed up, chin up, cardigan starched like she owned the sidewalk. Our officers were acting on multiple complaints, she said, all fake politeness. "You know the bylaws." Peace, I snapped. Is that what you call kicking in my door with no evidence? She kept her smile, but it was getting tight. Sometimes firm action is necessary. Howard jumped in. If there was any noise, I'd have heard it. My bedroom window faces hers. Karen's eyes flicked to him. With respect, this isn't your concern. I cut in. It became his concern when you turned my living room into a crime scene. She muttered something about being addressed in due time and left. By that evening, the HOA had called a meeting, emergency, of course. Howard convinced me to go. If you don't show up, they'll control the story. The clubhouse was packed. People whispering, staring. Karen and her board stood at the front, putting on their best public service faces. She recited the script noise complaint police called unfortunate property damage. Then Angela Ruiz, nurse tough as nails, stood up. I was awake last night, came home around 1. There was no noise. My window was open. Karen brushed it off. Perhaps you missed it. Angela pressed names. Karen wouldn't say. When it was my turn, I didn't raise my voice, just made every word count. Let's talk about accountability. Your men didn't knock, they broke in like criminals. And when they saw my jacket, the disturbance vanished real quick. Gasps, whispers. Karen tried to regain her grip. We have no issue with your employment, but it doesn't exempt you from rules. Howard boomed. Rules don't give you the right to smash a door without evidence. This was harassment. Angela added, and it's not the first time. I watched as the crowd shifted, some eyes wide with realization, others stone cold, loyal to the board. When I left, I felt half their eyes on my back. I'd cracked their hold, but I knew deep down the board would come harder now. They did. The next morning, taped to my mailbox, bright yellow violation. Failure to maintain lawn edging. I mow my lawn every week. Retaliation, pure and simple. Howard warned me they'll keep piling it on. Trash can placement, mailbox color, anything. Within days, 4 more citations. I got an anonymous call, low and threatening. You don't belong here. I'd faced threats before, but never in my own sanctuary. So I marched into the HOA office, violation notices in hand. We both know these are bogus, I told Karen. You want to test me, bring it. She smirked. Our enforcement is consistent. I leaned closer. I'll bring legal counsel. I'll file complaints. I'll take this to court. Her composure slipped just a little. People like you bring attention, she said quietly. And attention isn't good for neighborhoods like ours. I just stared. Neighborhoods like ours. You mean neighborhoods where people like me aren't supposed to question you? That night, Howard and Angela sat in my kitchen, my friends, my only real allies. They won't stop, Angela said. So what do I do, just roll over? No, Howard said. You fight. But you fight smart, paper trails, witnesses, everything documented. When the fight went viral thanks to a neighbor's Twitter post of my HOA speech, the news came running. Headlines everywhere, Texas HOA accused of breaking into black woman's home. Supporters showed up, but so did trolls. My subdivision split right down the middle, some casseroles, some cold shoulders. And a black SUV started parking outside at night, more intimidation. My contacts at the bureau traced it to a private security firm. They're tracking me now, I muttered. One night the break-in came again. This time some kid with a lockpick paid to scare me, leave the door open, break a few things. Caught him on camera, got a confession. He didn't know the names, just some woman at an office downtown, envelope of cash. The cops hauled him off. The next day, Karen emailed the neighborhood, don't speculate, translation, don't look too close. But now I had real evidence, police reports, recordings. This wasn't just HOA drama anymore. That's when the lawsuit landed in my mailbox, official summons from the county court. The HOA was suing me for defamation, for interference, for not bowing to their made-up rules. I almost laughed. They broke into my house, and now they're suing me. Howard just shook his head. They're trying to bury you in legal fees. I called Samuel Cortez, a civil rights attorney, the real deal. Classic intimidation, he said. But you have what they don't: evidence. Let's give them their courtroom. First hearing, and their attorney tried to flip the script. She's creating hostility, financial harm, wearing her FBI jacket like a shield. Samuel laid out the facts: forced entry police reports, break-in confession. I told the judge myself, yes, I accused them because it's true. Then came the board's star witness, Karen's own husband, Robert. He swore up and down he'd heard noise, he'd witnessed everything. Samuel caught him. His name wasn't even on the HOA's official incident report. Were you lying then or now? Robert turned beet red, stammering. You could feel the shift in the room, the truth breaking through. The fight's not over, not by a long shot. Karen's crew is desperate, willing to smear my name in and out of court, turn the whole town upside down if it means holding on to power. But every neighbor who speaks up, every story that comes out, it's not just about me anymore. It's about standing up to bullies, about refusing to let fear decide who gets to call a place home. So you tell me, where's the line between order and abuse? Between community and control? If you've ever had to fight for your right to sleep in peace, for your name, your home, drop a comment, tell me your story. And hey, don't let the noise keep you quiet. Sometimes the only way to get justice is to shout back louder than they ever expected.